And slowly, gently start rubbing your palms. Rub your eyes. And open your eyes in the hollow part of your hand. Mhm. And keep your hands down. So good morning. And in lockdown in 2020, I started a class with one of my mentors, and this was about mindfulness. And there I was introduced to someone called as Nisarg Datta Maharaj. So he was a spiritual guru who spoke a lot about the intricacies of human mind. And since this month we are learning about focus and concentration. So one thing that comes in the way of focus is our own mind. That we actually have never understood the working of the mind. And before training the mind, we actually need to understand what mind actually is. So there are a series of questions that was asked to him very long back. I don't know the exact time when was this asked, but I have noted them down in a Word file, and I'm going to share that with you. Anybody wants to read out the first uh, question? What is the mind? Geeta auntie, you're close to the screen. There are about 7 to 8 questions. Let's see how long does it take.
What is the mind? The mind is a bundle of thoughts based on memory and habit. It is the result of past habits and conditioning. The mind is like a monkey, restless and jumping from one thing to another. It is not your true nature. You are the witness of your mind.
Here he talks about that mind is the bundle of thoughts based on memory and habit, which is all because of past conditioning, past habits. And here he speaks about a characteristic of mind, which I think most of us will relate to, that it keeps jumping from one thing to another. But last two statements are very important, understanding that this is not your true nature. You are just the witness of your mind. So normally in common parlance हम कई बार बोल देते हैं ना कि मेरा स्वभाव तो ऐसा ही है, मेरा मन कभी शांत नहीं हो सकता. So this is like you are strengthening your uh, what you say, the impression,
Conscious.
yes, the impressions, the vasanas that you are forming on the surface of your mind. So we should be very careful about what we say about our own selves. So that's why we started before the recording started. So if possible, always start a day with a positive statement for your own mind or for your own soul, like I am a peaceful soul. And throughout the day, whenever, especially when you find yourself too much of confusion, too many things going on all around you, that is the time to be a witness, not get involved, not get entangled in your thoughts, that you are just a witness to your mind. This is what he means by saying. Hmm. Next question. Geeta, do you want to go ahead with the next question?
Why does the mind keep moving? Because of desire and fear. It seeks pleasure, avoids pain, and is never satisfied. Its restlessness comes from always searching for something to hold on to, but it can never find peace in the thing it chases.
I think this is self-explanatory. Most of us can relate to what is mentioned about uh, the mind because of desires and fear. This is the main reason why we are like caught in this duality of pleasure and pain. And we always think that there is something on the outside which will help us become still. If I get something, if I get this promotion, or if my child gets admission in this school, or this job, or money, or XYZ, that is when I'll be happy and I'll be at peace. But what Swami says is that it can never find peace in the thing it chases. Next question. Sorry. Yeah.
Can the mind ever be still? Yes, when it loses interest. When you no longer give attention to its movements, it becomes quiet by itself. Stillness is not something you create, it is what remains when the mind is no longer entertained.
So as I said in the first statement, that mind is a bundle of thoughts, and it's about you where you take your awareness. So if our awareness is always on the outside, on things which are not constant, because the world around you, situations around you, people around you will always change. So unless you lose interest, losing interest is doesn't mean that you are not doing things or not involved in things, but how you're involved and yet detached. When you no longer give attention to its movements, that you go beyond your thoughts, it becomes quiet by itself. And this line is very beautiful, that stillness is not something you create, it is what remains when the mind is no longer entertained. Isn't that beautiful? This understanding of the mind. This is nice. How do I quiet the mind? Yabitanti?
How do I quiet the mind? By watching it, not interfering with it. Let thoughts come and go without grabbing onto them. Be interested only in the sense I am. When your attention stays with that alone, the mind slows down naturally.
I think we are experiencing this in this month when we meditate on a mantra or some syllable, Om. In fact, only Om if you just meditate. So, Om is nothing but the universal sound, universal energy. And we are adding a few things like Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. When you do some kind of meditation, some pranayam, when you become focused at one point on your breath also, how we experience that mind slows down. So there are various techniques to slow down the mind, which we are doing in this month. But the main thing is what Swami says is by watching it. Let thoughts come and go without grabbing onto them. This thing is very important. Not overthink a situation, because we only give fodder to our thoughts, fodder to our mind by just keep on thinking. So what he says, अगर कुछ सोचना ही है, so take your attention to the sense of I am. What it means I am is connecting with your true self. So any mantra of your choice, or so Om Soham is a very powerful mantra which you can do. I'll type in the chat box so that you can see. I have another video of this mantra also I will share so that you can meditate on this Om Soham, which means I am that. And similar many other small mantras are there, very simple, very easy to recite, which can help you slow down your mind. So before quietening, our first goal in today's day and age should be to first slow down and then think about quietening the mind. This one is interesting. Is the mind my enemy?
Is the mind my enemy? No, the mind is not evil, but if you identify with it, it becomes a source of confusion and suffering. Use the mind as a tool, not as your identity. It is there to serve, not to rule.
This is again a very powerful answer. What he gave is that mind is there to serve, not to rule. So as they say that mind is a very beautiful servant, but a very terrible master. So don't let your mind decide or your emotions decide what you want to do, what you want to think, how you want to act, how you want to react. If mind is the master, then there will be turmoil all around you. So use the mind as a tool. It can be a very powerful tool to achieve what you want in life, and most importantly, connect with your true self. But don't make mind your identity. So the affirmation that we do, that I am not this body, I am not this mind, pure awareness I am. This came from Swami only, and this affirmation, that wherein you do this throughout the day, this practice of disconnecting with your body and your mind and reconnecting with your true self. Okay, so it is, I am not this body, I am not this mind, pure awareness I am. Sorry. Next question.
What happens when the mind is silent? Then what you what you truly are shines by itself. In silence there is clarity and peace.
Also, better.
You become aware of being without thought, without movement. This is your natural state.
In silence, there is clarity and peace. You become aware of being without thought, without movement. This is your natural state. That is why, as they say in all our scriptures, that start your day with some form of meditation, some form of silence. We have to train, because what we have done into ourselves is we have become trained to distraction rather than silence. So we are moving away from our true nature, which is the reason why so many people today are going through so much of turbulence, so much of depression, that depression actually has become a new normal. This is just because of our inability to sit in silence and peace, because in silence there is clarity and peace. Next question.
Can, can understanding alone bring peace? Understanding is the beginning, it prepares the ground. But peace comes from going beyond the mind, not just understanding it, but leaving it alone. Stop trying to fix the mind. Let go.
So as they say, whatever resists, whatever you resist persists. So rather than holding on to your mind or holding on to your thoughts, what Swamiji says is just let go. Don't try to fix the mind, just be a witness.
What is the role of memory and imagination? They are part of the mind's movement. Memory binds you to the past, imagination pulls you into the future. Stay with the present, with the I am, and you go beyond both.
Here he gives a solution to how to bring your attention into the present moment by understanding what is memory and imagination first. And then he says, stay with the present. So, as they say, when you just bring your attention into the present moment, most of your problem and most of your worries that are self created, it just dissolves in the present, and you go beyond both. This one is interesting. This, I think, most of you would be interested. How do I deal with obsessive thoughts?
How do I deal with obsessive thoughts? By refusing to follow them. Don't resist, just don't feed them. Bring your attention to the sense of being. If you remain as the witness, the thoughts lose power.
So many a time we experience this obsessive thoughts. Some thought overpowers you, and you just keep on repeating some worries, some health issues, some family issues, work issues. And if you keep on thinking, keep on dwelling on that thought, it starts giving you all the stress and all the anxiety that follows with that. So he says that you just remain witness. The thoughts lose their power. I think this is the last question. What remains when the mind is not active?
What remains when the mind is not active? What remains is awareness, silent, spacious, and untouched. There is no thinker, no doer, just presence. This is the self.
Let us just practice what we have learned about the mind. I hope this was helpful and this will give you answers for most of your problems that you experience in your life. That mostly we think that you will get peace and happiness from things and beings on the outside, these fancy gadgets, money, car, house, business. These all gives a temporary sense of pleasure. So what he says is go beyond pain and pleasure, go beyond even your thoughts, even your mind, and connect with your true self. So in the modern day and age, what my coach Ajay Kalra used to say is, from whom I learned this mindfulness concept and meditation, is at least start your day on a peaceful note by focusing on your true self, connecting with your true self, and then throughout the day, every 2, 3 hours, whatever mantra or statement which you resonate with, just keep on repeating those without any expectations. This is what is important is, and don't take this as a suggestion, take this as a prescription. उनका बहुत फेमस लाइन था ये कि we normally think कि you by doing it for 2, 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, all your problems will go away. Don't expect your problems to go away. Problems will be there. Situations will be same. Everything will be there. But what will change is the person dealing with that situation. And then, if you are at peace with all the turbulence that is around, it will stop affecting you. You means your true self. So let us experience this. Let us meditate on this syllable Om So Hum. I'll recite that a few times and then you can recite that aloud or in your mind also. Okay, so just take a position for the next 10 to 15 minutes, which is most comfortable for you. You can even sit on a chair. If sitting down is a challenge for you, you can sit on a chair. Just remove your spectacles. It's an inward journey. Let's slow down our thoughts, not trying to understand our mind. You can always go back to the recording later on if you want. Let's experience presence in its true essence. We start by bringing our attention to our breath. Just be a witness. Notice the incoming and the outgoing breath without trying to control it. If you are still getting any thoughts, just be a witness to your thoughts. And in that act of witnessing, your thoughts will lose the power on your mind. Just be absolutely still. No movement at the physical level,
Okay, अच्छा
no movement in your mind,
अच्छा
not getting affected by anything that is going on around you. Just be a witness. So so hum, so so so
आवाज नहीं निकलती है, मैं अम्मू के साथ काम करती है तो तेरे साथ यतिका 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 जाओ। so 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 this mantra literally means
I am the universe. Just keep repeating this aloud or in your mind, and you'll observe how your thoughts have slowed down. It will help you relax, calm down. Just keep repeating this, sitting in a state of meditation. Slowly and gradually, even let go of the need to chant this mantra. Just be a witness to everything that is happening around you and to everything that is happening within you. You are not that object of experience. You are not the doer. You are not even the thinker. You are that presence, which is just a witness. You are the true self, consciousness. Very slowly and gently come back to your breath awareness. Bring your attention to your breath. You will notice your breath has slowed down significantly. I'll just end the session with a small prayer for world peace. ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलभवतु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः If you want, you can continue sitting in this state for a while. Others, very slowly and gently start rubbing your palms. Cup your eyes. Start blinking your eyes in the hollow part of your heart and gently open your eyes. Thank you very much. So your homework for the day is just keep on repeating this mantra Om Soham whenever you find yourself in an agitated state or a slightly disturbed state, especially that is when try and do this. And if even if you're in a relaxed state, just try and do this every couple of hours. Okay, I'll share it in a group also. I have the recording and I'll share the recording of that mantra in the group. You can even play that and listen to it. Okay, I'm just ending the session here. Let's not talk much. Let's not